Mmm. 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 This is dangerous because it tastes so good. You'll just keep going until you like finish the bag. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now I usually share like the healthier versions of my favorite food, but today I wanted to share some of my mom's salsa. So I'm Mexican and we basically eat salsa on everything, like whether it's eggs or chicken or salads or tacos or quesadillas or whatever it is. And my mom has so many recipes, but these are two that we just kind of keep on repeat. So today I wanted to share a red one, and this one we are gonna make it like charred, where we char everything. And then this is a green one. Anyway, I'm gonna show you. There's just two different steps. I'm actually gonna make them at the same time so that you can see how easy it is to put together. But if you don't typically eat salsas like on all your food, these are just two great recipes to have in your back pocket for taco night, for days when you're gonna do like a little Mexican dish and you want it to taste authentic and really, you know, just really give you that like Mexican feel. These are also really, really great just for like chips. You know, if you just want to make a guac and then some Mexican salsa and maybe you want to watch a movie, or anyway, so many different options for this. But sometimes it's just really hard. Like if you go to the grocery store and just buy like a jarred salsa, it's not going to ever taste like restaurant style, you know? So this is kind of like giving you, just to give you an idea, it's like restaurant style Mexican salsa, but this is like traditional homemade from back in the day, okay? So it's very, very simple. Actually, when I was asking my mom for the recipe, I couldn't believe that it didn't have onion and it didn't have like a bunch of other ingredients. So literally tomatoes, okay? Then you have jalapenos. Now for the jalapenos, it really just depends on your spice level. If you want that taste of jalapeno, but you don't want the spice, then just take out some of the veins, because remember, the veins are what hold the spice, and then some garlic. Okay, so let's get started with this one because the other one is not gonna go on the comal. So typically I'll use a comal. My mom has it somewhere here, but we're gonna use this guy. Honestly, you could totally make this in the air fryer, but I wanted to show you more or less like the traditional way to make it. And the only reason why I'm using some aluminum foil is so that this little guy doesn't get super charred and then it's ridiculously hard to clean. So we're gonna place down the aluminum. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna place down the jalapenos. I was gonna use 4, but I'm getting kind of scared. I'm a little chicken vibes. So we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna do 2. Because look at how big these are. Like, look at that, that's huge. And they smell spicy. And I like spice, but I don't want like my taste buds to like be numb, you know? So this is the, oh my gosh, that's gonna be so spicy. I could already smell it. So this here, we're gonna let it literally get crispy, charred on all sides, okay? So I'll be flipping it around, I'll show you. And meanwhile, we'll get started on the green salsa. Okay, so the next salsa is the green. So these are called tomatillos, and you can find them literally at any store. So we're just gonna toss these in, and then I'll show you what else goes into the water. Okay, so we have our tomatillos in there, and now I'm just putting in the jalapenos. I don't know if I'm gonna use all 3 because I really, again, I don't want my taste buds to like burn off, you know, to go numb. So for now we'll do that, and it's optional. I am gonna add in some garlic. You can throw it in there, but honestly, I like to do it when it's raw. So my mom does it when it's raw, we're doing it when it's raw. Okay, so we're gonna let that boil, and meanwhile, we're just gonna be flipping these around to make sure it's charred all over. Like these are gonna look almost like that doesn't look right, but this is definitely like just trust the process. Okay, so these are, as you can tell, very nicely charred. They are starting to soften up, which is great. We have our chiles looking like this. Okay, I pulled off the little garlics a few minutes ago because I didn't want them to get like super, you know, just like too burnt. And then the green one, I just turned it off now. And basically what you want is for them to get a little tender and just change in color. So I would say maybe let them boil for about 10 minutes, not more than that. So we're gonna move over. These are hot, so you wanna be careful. Okie dokie. So for this, I'm gonna use my Vitamix. Now, here's the thing. If you're using a small blender or a big blender, whatever, if you don't have an extra blender, you wanna wash this as soon as you're done, or else you're gonna be having spicy smoothies, okay? So we're gonna put all of our tomatoes in. Okay, get every last bit. And then we're gonna do our chilies. Okay, so I'm actually thinking of taking a little bit out. I know. But sometimes they just come out so spicy and then it's like, then you have to try to fix it. But if you love spice, oh my gosh, just leave everything in there. And we're gonna throw this guy in. And then remember we had our 2 little garlics, the 2 little garlic cloves that are charred as well. Toss these in. Then we're gonna do a pinch of salt. And you're gonna taste the salt and see if you need to add a little bit more, a little bit. You wanna go little by little because you can't take it out. Okay, so I'm gonna pulse it just to see how much water I'm gonna need. Okay, just make sure. I added a little more salt. This is like one of those salsas that you will eat it all in one sitting because it tastes good, but it's not super spicy. You see my tears? Probably not. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the salsa and look at this. And I didn't add any water or anything else. This is literally just our salsa. So we have our salsa. So this is obviously just the one that we're gonna taste out of, but we have a whole nother one. And obviously this is gonna go in a container, like a storage container, and put it in the fridge, okay? So moving on to our green salsa. So green salsas are usually known to be a little more tame, like they're not as spicy, but I think that really has to do with the jalapenos. So, okay, so now we're just gonna toss in our tomatillos, okay? That goes in first. Tomatillos go in, and then the jalapenos, since the other salsa was not as spicy, I'm just gonna throw them in as is. Okay, so wish me luck. I'm kind of scared. Go big or go home, baby. We're doing all 3, okay? And then for this one, you don't boil the garlic, okay? It's going in, it is going in raw. And then we're going to do some cilantro. So about a handful. And of course we need salt. Okay, it's always good to first make sure it's okay, and then you can add a little more, add a little more. You don't want to go in too heavy on the salt, and then how do you fix it, you know? Man, okay, so you can add like a little bit of water if you want to thin it out, because look at, it's nice and thick. All right, guys, so I found 2 bowls that were similar in size. I have the rest in a container for storage, but I just had to show you how I would typically, you know, just serve this on my table. We have some chips here. Give a little taste test. You already know I tasted it, but this is literally addicting. So going in with the super spice. This is dangerous because it tastes so good. You'll just keep going until you like finish the bag. So control yourself. And then this one here. Ooh, I should have went the other way. Okay, cheers. A little more savory, like, it's just 2 totally different salsas. Sometimes I feel like the green goes good with chicken, with shrimp. The red goes well with like steak, with like all red meat. I feel like, I don't know, and then you could just serve them like this and eat them with chips. Make nachos, make tacos, make quesadillas. Like you could literally, any Mexican dish, either one of these will go so well. So if you've been wanting to make a Mexican salsa and you're like, I just don't know, These are super, super easy. Make them both. You're gonna love them. I'll leave the recipes in the description below. You can thank my mom because this was courtesy of her, which was passed down from my grandma. Anyway, they'll be in the description below. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget, go ahead and click that little bell notification so that you're reminded every time I post a video, just like this one. And if you have friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle, trying to lose some weight, send them over my way, share my channel, share my recipes. I now have my ebook. I did my whole literal like step-by-step weight loss plan. It's what I've used in the last 6 months to lose almost 25 pounds. So if you're trying to lose weight or you know someone that is, please send them over. I'll leave it linked in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. I love you and I will see you on my next video. Mwah. I hope you enjoy.